Welcome to Living Simple and Well, the audio diary for the woman who's doing her best to live a meaningful life, one boundary, one deep breath, one messy day at a time. Hosted by a girl just getting by. This podcast is your safe space for raw conversations, real life lessons, and tiny shifts that make a big impact. From navigating complicated relationships and motherhood meltdowns to curating a soft, slow morning routine and showing up for your dreams, we're talking about it all, vulnerably, honestly, without the pressure to have it all figured out. Here, it's not about hustle culture or perfection. It's about coming home to yourself, simplifying the noise, and choosing to live well on your own terms. So pour your coffee, take a walk, or hide in your closet for some peace and quiet. You're safe here. Welcome back to Living Simple and Well, friends. I am so happy you're here today because this episode just might be one of the most real conversations we've had yet. And that's a pretty big claim after last week's episode. I also needed to take a minute to genuinely thank you for all of your feedback on my wellness journey and my journey trying to conceive and losing weight, and just I have some of the best cheerleaders on the planet in my community. And so I want you to know that you sharing your stories with me and being so vulnerable in expressing, solidarity or, saying you've been there and are on the other side, I just so appreciate you. Okay, today I want to talk about the soft life, what it means, what it doesn't mean, and how to actually live it when you're a woman who's been in her hustle era for far too long. You've probably seen it online. Soft mornings, slow coffee, long walks, tidy homes, women glowing in golden light. And listen, I love all of that. The real soft life, it's not about having everything look peaceful. It's about actually feeling peaceful. Even when life still looks full, even when life is chaotic or imperfect, because I've been there, and maybe you have too. Running on caffeine and autopilot, equating your worth with how much you can produce, feeling guilty for resting, thinking peace is something you can earn when the to-do list is done. Today, I want to walk you through what slowing down actually looks like, how it's genuinely changed my life, and the messy parts of the process, the gentle ways you can begin softening your own. So take a deep breath. Let's talk about softness for real. I want to actually start with what a soft life is not. A soft life is not perfection. It's not a morning routine that starts at 6 a.m. with journaling, lemon water, and yoga every single day. It's not curated. It's not quiet all the time. The soft life isn't about doing less. It's about doing differently. I think we've spent a lot of time romanticizing the aesthetic of slowness without actually addressing the inner work that allows you to actually live that way. Because peace doesn't come from clearing your schedule. It comes from clearing your energy. For me, this shift started when I realized I was constantly tense. Even in rest mode, I'd be sitting on the couch, but mentally cycling through my to-do list. I was never off. The truth is, living softly requires you to untangle your worth from your productivity. It means you stop trying to prove you're enough by being busy. So if you've ever thought, I'd love to slow down, but I can't, what you're really saying is, I don't feel safe not performing. And that, my friend, is where this work truly begins. I want to share a little of my own story here. Just last year, I was deep in my get it done season. Running the growth guide, managing clients, showing up online, being a mom, a wife. I wore every hat and tried to wear them all well. From the outside, it probably looked like I had it together. But inside, I was anxious, overstimulated, and very disconnected from myself. One day, I remember sitting at my desk and texting a friend saying, I just completed my full-blown morning routine, and I have never felt better. And this was my Google calendared morning routine, right? Where it was methodical. It was laid out, and I checked every single box that morning and was on a high until I wasn't. This was the moment I realized I'm not actually living. I'm just managing. That's when I started therapy. I started journaling again and paying more attention to how I was feeling, not just what I was achieving. That's what led me to explore this idea of softness, not as an aesthetic, but as a way of living that actually honors me. Let's be honest, slowing down is hard, especially when your identity has been built on being dependable, high achieving, or the one who just gets it done. When you start to soften, you'll probably feel some resistance. You might worry people will think you're lazy, or you'll fall behind, or things will fall apart if you're not constantly controlling them. That's normal. That's your nervous system learning a new rhythm. It takes practice to sit in stillness without guilt, to trust that your world won't crumble if you take a slower morning, to believe that rest is productive too. One thing that truly helped me here was redefining what productivity meant. Instead of asking, what did I get done today? I started asking, how did I feel today? Because when you prioritize feeling grounded, grateful, and connected, the right things get done naturally. Okay, let's get practical. How do you actually start living softly when your life is still full? Here are some gentle places to begin. My absolute favorite is to reclaim your mornings. No, this does not mean waking up at 5 a.m., but give yourself even 10 to 15 minutes before the world needs you. Journal, stretch, sip your hot coffee in silence. That space alone sets the tone for your nervous system each day. Protect white space in your day. If your calendar is packed, you're leaving no room for peace to enter. Add in nothing time. Literally, write it down. Start saying no without over-explaining. You don't owe everyone access to you. Softness often means boundaries. This was a big one for me to have to learn and unlearn the habits around, but truly did make the biggest difference for me. Nourish your senses. Notice how your home feels, smells, sounds. Do small rituals like lighting a candle, playing a playlist, making a warm drink. Signal to your brain that you're safe to relax. Let go of the guilt of doing less. Your worth is not tied to your output. You're allowed to rest and still be ambitious. Both can coexist beautifully. This was admittedly a hard one for me to understand when I tried leaning into a softer life. I have always equated my level of output or my amount of earning to my worth. And trying to change that very negative mindset took a lot of work. But I can tell you that getting on the other side of it and truly understanding the value of rest and the value of living a softer life is totally worth it. I'll be totally honest. My life still gets busy. There are still deadlines, dishes, and moments of overwhelm, but my response to that is softer now. I move slower, I breathe more, I let things be imperfect. I'm not always perfect. It's not easy to accept imperfect. But because of that, my days feel fuller. Not because I'm doing more, but because I'm feeling more. Softness didn't make me less productive. It made me more aligned. It gave me clarity, creativity, and a kind of peace that hustle never could. So if you take one thing from this episode, let it be this. The soft life isn't a trend. It's a choice. One you make over and over and over again. It's choosing peace over pressure, presence over perfection, and alignment over achievement. You're not losing yourself by slowing down. You're finally coming home to who you've always been. Thank you for spending this time with me today. If this episode resonated with you, take a second to share it with a friend who's craving a softer life too. And don't forget to leave a review if you loved this conversation. Until next time, friends, keep living simple and well. Bye for now.